Greetings and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be going in really deep on Facebook groups. Now in a previous video, which I'm going to link right up here, you saw me go into how to build a Facebook group, how to set up your Facebook group. Today what we're going to be doing is we're going to be going through Facebook groups and I'm going to show you what to feed your followers. Once you start getting some people in there, you want to provide really great content for them. And so today we're going to be going over really great content, what to put in there, and then at the very end, I'm going to give you my absolute secret sauce that really makes your followers start to click and take action on the things you're feeding them. So stick with me and let's go deep into what to feed your followers. Welcome back, and I am so excited you're here. If you're new to my channel, I'm Cindy Gonzalez. I am a real estate trainer and coach up in Washington State, and I teach both clock hour classes as well as just how to get you from 0 to 100K in 12 months. My mission is to take 10,000 agents and help them go from 0 to 100K in 12 months. So if that's you, go ahead and stick around, and today we're going deep into Facebook followers. In a previous video, I talked about how to set up a Facebook group, and this Facebook group for real estate is magical. In fact, today I am closing a house, and I'm going to be handing off keys to a gal who came through our Facebook group. So it's kind of timely that I'm recording this. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to show you exactly what I do in our Facebook group, and of course you can always tweak it, but before you can tweak anything, you got to create it, right? So today I'd like you, if you haven't created a Facebook group yet, make sure you do that. And again, here's the video on how to create a Facebook group. But you'll want to create the Facebook group, and then you want to consistently feed your Facebook group just quality stuff so that they like seeing the posts, they continue to subscribe. That's what we want. So today I'm going to show you exactly what I feed my Facebook group. We'll look at my personal Facebook group. You guys can't join it because I only let buyers and sellers join it. And in the video before, I talk about how to screen for that. So I'll get you into my Facebook group and we will take a look. And I will go ahead and do a few posts today. I'll do 2 posts. And my 2 posts are the same posts that I do every day. And we'll talk about that as we get into it. All right, so let's take a look here. Okay, so this is my Mason County WA. That's the county I live in and I work in. Homes for sale or rent. Now, I put for sale or rent because I want to turn renters into homeowners. There's a lot of renters who don't know that they can buy a home. And so by having them jump into the Facebook group, even though they're looking for rentals, it allows me to be able to reach them. In fact, the gal that I'm closing today, she was a renter. She was looking for a rental to rent and then reached out to me and said, hey, do you think there's any way I could actually buy a house? So I got her straight over to my lender, and absolutely she could buy a house, and we're closing today. So here is what I feed my Facebook group. This is the back end of it, and so you can see here that it has all these different things. We have no new member requests. Oh, we do have 4 member requests sitting in there, so I'll approve those later. Right now I have 935 members in my group. So if you figure that maybe 1 out of every 20 of them are actually serious about buying a home, that's a lot of people. So it's just a matter, I don't go in here a lot, but when I do go in to turn it on, I have lots and lots of leads that come out of this. Okay, so the first thing I do every day is I put in a buyer tip. Now, my buyer tips, I already have all of the 30 for this month made over on Canva. And if you're not familiar with Canva, there's a lot of tutorials on YouTube on how to use Canva, so I'm not going to go into how to use Canva. However, what I am going to do is this is the last buyer tip that I shared. So I'm going to go to the next buyer tip. And I see that it's page 8. So I'm going to go up here and I'm going to download. I'm going to unclick all 30 because I don't need all 30. I just need page 8 today. So I'm going to download that. And so that one is going to be downloaded. And I did it in PNG, and so that will go right onto Facebook. So now I'm going to go into my Facebook group, and I'm going to pull up and add that. I'm going to add that right here. All right, so today's tip for my buyers is buyers identify 3 to 5 homes to view. In my buyer consult, which I'll be putting out a video very soon on how to do a buyer consult. But in my buyer consult, I coach my buyers right from the start that we're going to be looking at anywhere from 3 to 5 homes per day. And most of my buyers end up writing an offer within the first 3 to 5 homes. So this is setting them up right from the very start to expect to only look at 3 to 5 homes before they find one to write an offer on. This saves me time and energy. They don't feel like they need to look at 20 homes. And as I do my buyer consult in a future video, you're going to be able to see how I get to that point. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. That's going to alert you when new videos come up, and so when my buyer consult video comes up, you guys are going to be first to know. All right, let's get back into this. We have buyers identify 3 to 5 homes to view. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in a tip. I'm just going to write something in here. And so I'm going to write today, did you know, actually I'll put fun fact. People always like reading fun facts. Did you know most of my buyers find the right home in the first 3 to 5 homes they view? Why? Because we do such an in-depth get to know you session that we can eliminate those homes that don't fit without wasting your time looking far and wide. Each day, we'll take a look at 3 to 5 homes, and who knows, maybe it will be day 1, and we'll be writing an offer. Now, after I get this, I need to do a call to action. So call to action is super important on all of your posts. All of your posts really need to tell the reader what you want them to do. A lot of readers will do exactly what you tell them, but they won't do it if you don't tell them to do it. So we're going to put a strong call to action in here. If you want to look at homes, go ahead and raise your hand. Okay, so now raise your hand. That's going to do a couple things. If they hit like on this, that might be a raise of the hand. They might put a little hand signal down in the comments. And I don't care either way. I'm going to touch base back with the people who either like the post or the people who are commenting below. So I'm going to go ahead and do this. And this one I'm going to not add emojis to because on some of these, my buyers are used to getting these buyer tips every day. And on some of them, they're a little more serious. So I don't usually fluff those too much. So we're going to go ahead and just post that one right now. So it's going to go live right now into the group. All right. Now, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to preload the rest of the post. The next thing we're going to do is preload the rest of the post for the day. I preload 3 to 4 homes each day that are new on market. So my buyers think that this is the best place to come and look for new homes. Now, you'll see when they go to look for the new home, it's going to take them, you'll see that when they click on the new home that they've seen, it takes them directly to my website where they can then schedule in for a tour. So let's go ahead and get one of those going. So I'm going to go to my website. Now, this is my website. This has all of the stuff that I've put in there. So this is my website featuring my county. I'm up in Washington State, so a lot of the website, you can see there's like beaches, there's orca whales, there's mountains. This is definitely a Washington State type scene. So this is where I live. So we're going to go into home search. And I'm going to go ahead and plug my county in here. So I live in Mason County, Washington. And I'm going to see what's new. So I've got everything from $1 million multi-family apartment house here to something that looks like it might be on the waterfront. We've got a manufactured home here. And I'm just going by where it says new right here. This is kind of where I'm going. And this one I think is interesting. So we're going to just pick this one for our first one. And what I do is I go up here. I'm going to open up a Bitly. Are you guys familiar with Bitly? Bitly is a shortener. So it's going to shorten this big, long address up here. And it is going to shorten it into this little clickable link. And you know what? People trust Bitlys. You can put almost anything in a Bitly and they're going to trust it. So I'm going to copy that. I'm going to come back over here. And I'm going to take this link. And I'm just going to plop it right in here. And you're going to see that down below, the page comes up. So here we have our page. Now, I need to put something that's going to grab their attention. So let me go back and let's look at some of the things about 200 Southeast Sunrise Drive. Let's go back and look at some of the things about 200 Southeast Sunrise Drive that would be enticing. Now, it is a 1,866 square foot house. So in our area, that's about average, a little bit on the higher side of average. It's a tri-level. It's in the neighborhood of Shadowwood. It has a family room and a remodeled kitchen. That's good. We have a living room takes up the majority of the bottom level with great natural light. All right, so we've got some stuff here. So let's go ahead and just start. What I do is I just copy and paste because I haven't actually been to this house. So I want to make sure that everything that I'm putting in here is true and accurate. And I'm going to trust that the agent who has this has done their research. So I'm going to take, it's a tri-level home in Shadowwood. And I'm going to put that right in here. First, I'm going to get rid of this. I don't need this anymore. It'll stay down below. So now I'm going to take this. It's a tri-level home in Shadowwood. It has a beautifully remodeled kitchen. So I'll take that right over here. And we'll capitalize. And then the next thing it has, we'll need one more thing. And we're going to say it has lush gardens and flowers. Okay. Bring your home and garden prowess to this lovely home just on market. And I'm going to add the bedrooms too, because people like to know bedrooms. So this is a 3-bed, 2.5 bath. So we'll just go ahead and plug that in. Lovely 3-bed, 2.5 bath home just on market. To schedule in to see this home, click below or click here. And then I'm going to put the Bitly back in there. So I'm going to jump over to Bitly, copy it again, come back over here and plug that in. Okay, so here what we do is I'm going to probably add some emojis just to kind of capture their attention. So let's see what we have. We have a heart right here. We'll just put hearts down here. I usually put the same emoji, and I'm doing this really kind of quickly for you guys. But I usually do like anything from a fire to a heart to maybe an arrow. Lots of emojis to choose from. And right here, I'm going to go ahead and put something different. We'll go ahead and just put well, there's your raise your hand. We're going to go ahead and just put this right here. So this I'm going to go ahead and post, but not right now, because remember, I just posted my buyer tip. So I'm going to schedule it ahead. So I can schedule all day today. In fact, I can schedule beyond that, but we're going to schedule it. And it is about 8:40 my time, so I'm going to go ahead and schedule this one for 10 o'clock. Now, if somebody clicks into that and they click through, this is what the page brings them to. So here's the listing agent's information right down here. So it does have the listing agent, and most of your MLSs are going to require that. So make sure that whatever kind of website you're using, that you do have the listing agent down there. But it says it's presented by me. And so they can schedule in to see an in-person tour or a virtual showing, or they can ask a question. And they really will, because they come to here and they see this right away. Schedule a showing. It tells them what to do. So this is a really great way. If your CRM does this, if you have a website, this is a good way to just get that out there, because people really aren't ever going to come to my personal website unless I guide them to it. So this is how you're going to feed your followers. Again, what I do each day is the first one is a buyer tip. Sometimes I'll do seller tips or home renovation tips, but I'll have a tip of the day. Then I do 3 to 4 posts of new homes on the market. And then I make sure that I stick close to my phone all the time. So I am constantly being alerted to new messages, new likes, and then I'll reach out to them through a private message. So if somebody was to say, hey, what kind of trees are in the front yard here? I would then say, hey, I'm messaging you now. And I would comment that, and then I'll take it over to private message. On private message is usually when I lock them down for a buyer consult, I answer the questions, and that's where I kind of develop the rapport, is over in private messaging, not on the public facing side. All right, so I hope you guys got some good tips out of this, and my big tip is those emojis. I can't tell you how much more action I get when I put emojis in a post versus no emojis. So you need to add those in, and it can be anything. It doesn't have to relate even to the subject. I think if I was going to put like little canes, like walking canes, if I was going to put canes by each one, it would still draw attention. They look at the emojis. So add your emojis. If you haven't created your Facebook group, today is the day to do it. And go ahead and make sure you watch our video about that, how to choose what Facebook group you want to put. And after that, I will see you next time. And on our next video, we're going to be talking about how to harvest from your Facebook group. So once we're putting all this in, we're going to talk about really how to bring them in and loop them in so you can then bring them into being an actual client. All right. Hope you learned something today. If you haven't had a chance to subscribe to our channel yet and you're interested in the stuff we have coming up, I'd love for you to hit the subscribe button. And if you liked this video and you're still with me, give me a like. That's so important for getting this video out to other agents who might need it. Until next time, this is Cindy Gonzalez, and remember, real estate is simple, not easy.